Welcome back to the All Out NRL Fantasy Podcast, round 23. It's the first week of finals. One man has left for Europe and one man has come back from the All Out Podcast crew. Bence, welcome back to the podcast, mate.
Thank you. It's very, very lovely to be back. However, I must warn, my knowledge could be out the window now. Like I've been partying, I've been having a good time. Hopefully the NRL knowledge is still there.
Mate, I know your knowledge is going out the window because I saw you buy Morgan Smithies in the Coliseum in Rome, mate.
Nah,
so
that was just for the content. I didn't confirm that. Don't you worry. I'm not that much of a bum, all right?
Yeah, I definitely didn't tell Bence to buy Morgan Smithies.
I would never after the start of the year.
Boys, like I said, it's round one, I guess, of finals. Finals week one this week for most of our teams in the leagues that we're all involved in. Look, if there's a time to get in your guns this week, it's definitely this week. I know we're all worried about bye-round schedules as well with the Roosters, the Broncos, the Warriors as well in round 27 if you're lucky enough to make it to the finals. So, look, it maybe as much as it is an important TLT, it might be a bit more of an important buy, hold, sell podcast tomorrow as well. So make sure you tune into that. While we're here, boys, the reception of the Broncos memes have been great. I know as an avid Bronco fan, you asked for only one birthday wish on the weekend, but they weren't able to get it done.
No, it was absolutely horrible.
I do not condone these memes. I hate them.
No, the memes are awful, but look, they go well, so it is what it is, I guess. You got to take it. But yeah, it's been horrible, Cord.
How did we go on the weekend, mate? Well, I know we got another 900 plus score. Damien Cook, Harry Grant, the 1-2 punch at the hooker, obviously did pretty well.
Yeah, look, I've got two of you here. Obviously, Mick and Flats aren't here, but I'd just like to put my hand up and apologise. Unfortunately, Dor was very busy on Friday afternoon and forgot to do the loop. So unfortunately, we got Fatape's lovely 27 points with a try as our fourth player instead of probably either Blaze or Brendan Hand. So we sort of lost a little bit there. I'll put my hand up. I apologise about that. But we still got 936 points, ranked now 1,860th, which I think we made 18 ranks.
No, that's not too bad.
So
could have been better.
Could have been a little bit better. I don't think we would have probably, I don't know how many ranks exactly we would have made if we obviously got those extra 30 points. But no, look, another really good round, Cord. Cannot complain, mate.
You know what? I can complain a little bit. Hamiso Tabuai Fido, only 29 points. James Tedesco in what was a massive point-scoring game, only 29 points there. There's going to be some injury trades this week as well with Payne Haas.
I've already traded him.
Braden Trindle is also injured for those that picked up Trindle. So there is a little bit of TLT news that needs to be talked about.
I hope everyone saves some trades because this is where those trades are worth so much.
Worth their weight in gold, I think, Bence, is probably the best way to put it.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Let's get started, boys.
Most certainly. Let's get to it.
Storm. Now, this is going to be a great game for those that have both Damien Cook and Harry Grant. They've been the 1-2 punch at the hooker this year. As I said before, a boost for the Brunnies with Cody Walker returning. If you've got Cody Walker, I'd honestly sell him because he's just been irrelevant this year, even though he's back from injury.
Jackie Legs has been the one you want.
Yeah, Jackie Legs, his halves partner. He's the one.
Oh, Jackie Legs.
For the Storm, now, Eli Katoa has been hit with a suspension. Am I right in saying that?
He's just out injured this week. He did get not suspended, but he copped a fine. Yeah, he is out injured this week. So obviously, I think he picked up I was actually out at birthday dinner, so I actually missed a bit of this game. But I believe he went off with a knee injury, came back on after getting it strapped. But obviously with the Storm, how they're sitting on the ladder, obviously 2 points ahead, even though that they lost to the Red V on the weekend. Look, if you've got him, hold him. But yeah, he's probably just going to be out this week. We actually haven't heard anything from the Storm about the severity or how long he's out for. So for now, all I can say is hold.
A massive blow for another second row, boys. If you brought him in, he was our pod of the week a few weeks back, is Bo Firma. He is injured with a bruised kidney, so he will miss this week and potentially weeks ahead which is an absolute disaster for coaches, especially those that got him in your centre position.
He's been doing so well as well.
Are you an owner, Bentley, of both Emma?
I'm not. I just versed him on the weekend though, and I was made known of his dominance because I think he got like around 60 or something, nearly lost because of it. But yeah, it's disappointing for the Titans.
AJ Brimson still listed as the 18th man for the Titans. They versus Sharks this week, and we obviously touched on Braden Trindle's injury. He's probably a sell now with a 2 to 4 week sort of outlook for his injury. Cam McInnes moves to hooker and Jack Williams starts at lock. Would you be selling Trindle door?
And Braden Brayley is the halfback.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Blake.
It is Blake Brayley.
That is weird.
Yeah. Look, it's not looking good, blood, for the Sharks this week. I'm not sure how Blake Brayley is going to get that spine or that team cooking.
Even as an owner of Britton Nakora, I'm kind of worried. I feel like his attacking output, they only got 33 odd on the weekend, and now with no Nico, could be a sell.
Yeah, I like Cameron McInnes. I was thinking I'm an owner of Cameron McInnes, and I was thinking about selling him personally. Now that he's back to 9, I can see him making 60 plus tackles there. So he is a hold for me this week. Eels Parramatta. Now this is the Eels Panthers, should I say? This is a big game for us fellas because
the bogey side.
As Madison and Price Cartwright owner, I could just see them going absolutely terrible in my round 1 matchup in finals against Penrith. But the Eels have gone with the same 17, and the Panthers, Dane Laurie returns to fullback. Dylan Edwards is a week away. So,
yeah, I'm a bit concerned, obviously, as well with Kelma Tuolangi coming on the extended reserves. He's named in 19th man. So, bit concerned he could potentially come into the 17, which could hurt Cartwright and Madison.
Yep.
But look, for me, Cartwright, I think's probably one you'd keep. I'm not really sure about Madison in terms of like a player that you want to have for the run home. I'd be probably looking to move him on, if not this week, probably the week after, to a known gun if you can.
Also, shout out All Out while I was away because I got to really be a fan while I was away as I wasn't really involved. So I was actually looking at the buy, hold, sells. I got told to buy Casey McLean, Nathan Cleary and Yo in 1 week. And now look at them. They're all eating.
Yeah.
Gobble, gobble.
Thank you, All Out.
Yeah. If you haven't got Nathan Cleary, just please get him in.
Well, yeah, he's a must-have this week. And like, if you don't have him and you're trying to win a final, you're not going to win your final. So get him at all costs. If you're an owner of Ethan Strange, you'll be happy he returns to 5/8 this week for the Raiders. Danny Levi to the reserves, which means it looks like Starling's in for an 80-minute hooker role.
He's pretty much been playing 80 minutes every week anyway. I think it's just been like 74, 75 minutes. So
yeah, he went in. He was playing at lock there when I think Levi came on the weekend. So he's been getting really good minutes, like 60 to 80 minutes. If you haven't got him, he's another one that's probably a must-have. He's playing like a 6 or probably like a 700K player.
5 weeks in a row,
and priced at like 500.
Yeah,
500 odd K. So if you haven't got Starling, need a backup hooker. He's the one to get.
Look, elsewhere for the Raiders, lock Morgan Smithies has been named, but Hosking is out injured again. He's had a horrid run with injuries. He's actually a really good player. So, shocking run for Zachy Hosking. For Manly, they're coming off their bye, so a good run home for Manly here. Tommy Turbo, Garrick have all been named, despite obviously Garrick's having his concussion a couple of weeks ago. Benny Travojevic back to the bench, and looks like
Kawatu's back, baby.
And Lachlan Croker. So, look, some good ins there for Manly as we head into finals and they make their charge toward finals as well.
Agreed, brother. Yeah, it's great for the Manly side. It will be actually huge to see how they go, obviously, down in Canberra. I know Big Papa played his 300th game at Belmore on Sunday afternoon, but obviously they're going to do the celebrations and everything this weekend in Canberra. Yep. So they're going to be really up for the clash, the Raiders. So it'll be interesting to see how they go, the Manly side, obviously being dominant in attack this season. Leo Hopewadi's also back as well. That's good. A bit quicker than I expected.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go.
Cowboys, Ruben Cotter returns. Now, this could be an interesting buy this week, Ruben Cotter. What did he get last week or last time he played? Because his break-even might be a bit high.
He he barely played. I think he got like 16 or something. His break-even 75. The other thing to note also with
You got
Cotter,
7.
no, there you go, 7. It was even worse.
19 minutes.
Yep.
The thing with Cotter as well is that the Cowboys still have to have their third and final bye. So they obviously play the Broncos this week, Raiders next week, and then the Cowboys go on a
round
bye
25.
in round 25. So, I don't think if you've sold Cotter, I wouldn't be getting him in unless one of your guns got hurt in round 25 and then get him in for 26, 27.
They versus the Cowboys this week. Absolute. The Broncos
yeah.
this week. Absolute carnage for the Bronx. Payne Haas, Ezra Mam, all out. Josh Rogers takes Mam's spot. Willison comes into the front row. Look,
I might have to excuse myself. I'm very upset.
I'm a Brisbane Lions fan now. I'm AFL fantasy.
They've been dominating.
If you got Haas in your team, unfortunately, he has to go. I think. The upside is you can go straight to Zay Yao or Kawula Maktangi.
Yeah.
Or AFB, who continues to be a bit cold.
Hot and cold. He was hot there, and then he went cold on the weekend. But
we do know as well that whenever Payne Haas gets injured, we know the upside of Pat Carrigan.
Yes.
I bought him in 2 weeks
100%.
ago, and he's got 2 fantastic scores. Only 689K as well. I think he's low-key a buy.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Bence, he is actually on the buy, hold, sell list this
lovely.
week. So you've got
Predicting the future.
given the listeners and watchers a little sneak peek for them. But yeah, no, unfortunate with Haas and obviously Man. But yeah, as Cord and Bence both said, Carrigan is the one to get in.
Good news for the Dragons. They're coming off a great win against the Storm last week. Jack Bird's listed among the reserves list that look like they're going for the same 17, which is great news for them. Doggies are making a big finals charge. They continue to win and win well. And the only change here is that Josh Curran has been named despite spending some time off the field with what seemed to be a shoulder injury.
Yeah. The Dogs have been special. Obviously, what have we've got Kiraz in our team. We've basically,
and he said he was a buy last week for those that watched that as well.
We've had Kiraz basically the whole season. He's been spectacular. Obviously, at the start of the season, there was a couple of weeks there where he had a few off games, but he's been nothing short of special. And obviously, my man, when I called in when I was unwell, Jacob Preston. Oh, he's just been special. Even though he got 50. And also Burton. He's been great since I think a few weeks ago when we told everyone to get him in your side for a buy. He's been great as well, Cord.
Dolphins, Warriors. Now, my Dolphins have been nothing short of diabolical.
Not as bad as the Broncos, though, Cord.
Yeah, but they started well again in the year, and they've just tailed off at the end of the year, which is quite frustrating. But Tavita Pango Jr., Cody Nikarima have been named for this week for the Wars. RTS has shifted to the centres, and Ed Corsi comes back onto the wing. So not really much fantasy news there, other than
RTS. That could hurt RTS's score playing in the centres.
Yep.
I think I'd still give him another week, but yeah, that's not good. You'd rather him be playing either fullback or on the wing, in my opinion.
And rounding out the round, the Knights play the West Tigers. Now, the Knights, Kalen Ponga, mate, we touched a bit on him, boys, last week.
Cord, you're bloody giving away all. You guys are giving away all my bloody buy, hold, sells.
He'll be losing a lot of cash right now, I think.
Yeah.
But it's Kalen Ponga at the end of the day. He's like the face of fantasy. Like when you log in, there's a reason for that because he's an absolute beast. So like I wouldn't even be worried about his price. 648 is a bargain.
Yeah, it break even of 72
against the Tigers.
But it's the Tigers.
Yep.
I think even with the break even of 72,
you could pull the trigger.
All Out is not making the same mistake with after said we'll wait a week with Cleary. He obviously just killed it straight away.
Yep.
So yeah, with Ponga, I think he's a buy. Obviously 648. He might go a little bit lower than that, but I honestly think he can get his break even against the Tigers.
For the Tigers, I wouldn't touch any player from the West Tigers with a grain of salt.
Unless you wanted a
Ruben.
Yeah, Ruben Porter is probably the only one that has been pretty good.
Positioning, which is so clutch for the end as well.
Yeah, break even of 10, got 51 points. And obviously, we touched on this last week, Cord. Obviously, a huge benefit of Bateman going back to England. So he's really benefited from that. And obviously, Samuela. Geez, what a special performance.
What a hold.
What a hold.
He got a double and he got 61, though, which is kind of worrying.
It is a bit worrying. But
well, he could get another double this week against the Knights.
Exactly right. Hey, obviously a little bit shorter of a TLT considering the amount of news and fantasy relevance. But again, big buy, hold, sell. So that'll be out Wednesday. make sure you watch that one because, like we said, there's heaps of buys, there's heaps of holds that we got to get through. So we might leave this here, boys, and go straight into buy, hold, sell, which will be Wednesday's job.
Yeah.
Good luck in the finals for everyone who's in the finals, and also the secondary finals for the ones who are in the bottom 8.
Yeah,
good luck.
like me. Yeah, great to have you back, Bence. It's
Thank you, Dol.
been a long time, but it's good to have you back. And yeah, we'll see you next week for round 24's TLT.
See you then.
Later.